Hey everybody, I'm Tory.
I'm Courtney, and we're your bitch pack friends.
Today, for the second week in a row, we're talking about our girl Taylor Swift and her new album, but this time with a focus on the second part of her double album, the Anthology. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask how you felt about the first half and the second half.
All right, so last week we listened to the first half together, and then I spent a lot of time, basically all my time since we saw each other, listening to the full album. And the songs I keep going back to, like the ones that I keep repeating over and over again, or like I want to hear that song one time, are all from the first half. So
Okay.
I think the second half is good. I also think it's like for the Swifties. Like I wouldn't expect someone who's not already a fan of her to listen to it and be like, this is amazing. So
The entire album or just the second half?
just the second half. I mean, I
Okay.
think there are good songs on it, but definitely not her best songs musically. Some of the words are like
Musically.
poetry. Some of the words are
Yes.
absolutely beautiful. But just in terms of like what do I want to like listen to while I'm cleaning or driving or dancing, I don't
Hmm.
think that's on the second half.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. But me, like I'm still skipping songs, and it's not because they're bad songs, but it's because I have favorite songs that I really want to get to.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are in the second half for
Oh,
me.
okay.
Yes.
Like what songs on the second half are you
I'm gonna
skipping?
get you back. I
Yeah.
love the Bolter. And then what is it? Chloe, Sam, or Sophia, or Marcus? Love
Yeah.
that one. That might be my favorite song. And it's like a very slow, sad
Okay.
song, but there's something about it that I really like.
Yeah. Okay. Those are all, well, Chloe, Sam, or Sophia, or Marcus, and the Bolter, I also really like. But
Hmm.
I just feel, I mean, you can see how, like, not everyone would like those songs, right?
Oh, I also love I Look in People's Windows. There's like a bass, like a little bass line. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that one has grown on me. What would you say, since you first heard the album in full to now, which song has grown on you the most?
Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I feel like these songs, you can't rush them. You can't rush into loving them. You need to listen to them 10 times and then judge it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's almost where like the bad reviews of her album came from also, is like you can't just listen to it one time and then be like, this is what I think of it. You have to really like, and I'm like, I should have, the very first time we listened, I should have had lyrics up because I missed so much.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think that's fair. Whenever I'm like confused about something, I have to Google the lyrics and I'm like, what did she say? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a
Yeah,
genius.
she is. She's a
um
poet.
the song that has grown on me the most is The Alchemy. When we listened
Hmm.
to it on Friday, I was like, this song sucks. It's so boring and weird. And now I like I've been listening to it like at least twice a day. I go find it and I
Really?
need to hear this song.
And see, I can't tell you anything about that song because that's when I'm still skipping until
Mm,
I'm sick of my favorite songs, and then
yeah.
I'll go back to it.
Well, come back to me when you discover it because it's great.
I sure will.
But no, to your point, I wrote down some of the review titles because it is definitely getting some mixed reviews,
It
and I do
is.
think a lot, especially the reviews that came out like Friday morning. I'm like, how could you possibly have listened to this entire album, understood what it's about, processed it, and given a thoughtful analysis?
You
So
can't. It's not
you can't.
possible.
Which I think plays into why some of the reviews are less than positive, but I'm just gonna read some for fun.
All right.
So, and not all of them are bad, but Rolling Stone said, "Come for the torture, stay for the poetry. This might be Taylor Swift's most personal album yet."
I
New
think that
York,
checks out.
yeah, New York Times. Taylor Swift's new album, Tortured Poets Department, could use an editor.
Excuse me? I'm offended.
Rude. NPR, Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets is written in blood. Um, which that one was weird. I read the review and it was kind of mixed. It was like basically like it's really strong and mean. So, which I think
It's
is fair.
not that mean.
I think The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is the meanest song she's ever written.
Yeah, and it's still not, well, thank you, Amy is kind of mean, but
Oh yeah.
deserved. Well deserved.
Both of those are deserved.
They are.
This is one of my favorites. Business Insider. Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department is the messiest, horniest, and funniest album she's ever made.
What?
I think that's
Is it though?
I think it is. Do you not?
It's not that horny.
It's a little.
I think Midnight's was hornier.
Okay. All right. Uprock said Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department isn't the breakup album you were expecting. It's better, which I think is very fair.
That is fair. We were expecting the roast of Joe Alwyn, and we got something different.
Instead, it's basically all about Matty Healy.
Yeah. Which I can't. I guess I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, now that the dust has settled, I'm like, oh, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and it's very relatable.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that sense.
It's all about like, yeah, because she's so chaotic in it. And it's like, she's not her reputation is being very put together and calculated and being a mastermind, which is what, I mean, I definitely thought like when all of that was going down last summer with her and Matty Healy, I was like, she has a plan. She and Tree have worked this out. It's under control. And then in hindsight,
she knows what she's doing.
I'm like, no. She was flying by the seat of her pants. Yes. Everything was like 2 seconds away from falling apart at any given time.
And so you would think that's with she had 8 years with Joe Alwyn. And so you would think that's where all her heartbreak was coming from. And probably deep down inside it was, but then all these songs seem to be about Matty Healy. But kind of makes sense, because when you're like on the outs in a relationship for that long, maybe she's already like emotionally settled that.
Yeah.
But then like the short, messy relationship with like a quick breakup, that might just hit different.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, I think a lot of her other albums, like Lover, Folklore, Evermore, they speak to at least the dissatisfaction that she had with Joe. Maybe not like an outright breakup or we shouldn't be together, but like
a bit of a fuck you.
Is this love? Because it kind of sucks.
Like, yeah. Why are you like this?
Yeah. And like, I think, it being about Matty is just the embodiment of like her grief. Like she was so heartbroken about what happened with Joe that she took it out on Matty. And
yeah.
So
we just got like a visual representation of how she was feeling.
Yeah, he's like the rebound to end all rebounds.
Yeah, just floor it to the fences.
Yeah, so, but I did think it was kind of weird. I mean, listen, I hate Matty. I think he's the worst. And I like really like liked Taylor less because she was dating Matty. And
yeah, that was real.
like I lost a little bit of respect for her. I relate to it. I get it. I get why she did it, but like,
yeah,
it was disappointing. And
yes,
so
as a woman, I understand
it. Yeah. So I expected her to be more apologetic or more like, oh, that was a mistake, like for me to do that.
Like I was having a moment.
When it was happening or listening to the album?
No, like after the fact. I feel like there should have been like, I do not represent the bullshit this guy says.
Yeah.
Because he says some wacky shit.
Yeah, he's such an idiot. Like I also feel like they're both, I mean, with all due respect to Taylor, I feel like they're both just like kind of like extremely talented, spoiled rich kids who are like trying to find a cause. And like, I mean, Taylor's figured it out a lot better than him, but Matty is just like, he has like no appreciation for like how privileged he is, and when he tries to do his activism or whatever, he just is so tone deaf.
Well, and I feel like famous people feel this pressure to like do something with this spotlight on them, like make a difference, but like you don't have to. Just sing the songs. We're fine with that.
Please don't tell us who to vote for.
Yeah, you can donate your money all you want. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so all that to say, I expected Taylor to be like, this is not what I stand for. He said all of these racist, misogynistic, homophobic things, and I have gone really far out of my way to not be that way. And so I expected her to like more publicly distance herself from him, and she did not. She was like, I did what I did,
I'll
and I
die
needed to,
for his sins.
and I needed to do it.
She
Yeah.
needed
Oh,
to do it.
that was the other thing is I expected like during that whole time last summer, was for sure. I was like, okay, Taylor understands that like she's literally, I mean, she's losing fans. She has all the money she ever needs, but she's losing money because of this Matty thing. And so she and Tree probably had a come to Jesus conversation, and Tree was like, you got to end this. That was what I imagined happened.
I figured after all the like Ice Spice stuff, she was like, we can't, like, it's got to stop.
Yeah. But it seems like in this album, it seems like that was not the case. It seems like Matty just ghosted her. And he was like, all right, I got what I wanted. I'm out of here. I want to go do heroin again.
Yeah. And there was something about him saying you're better off. And like, maybe he did her a favor there.
Yeah.
But that's
Maybe.
not how we pictured things happening.
No. Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know. But I also love that she's like kind of, she's not rolling over and being like, I'm so sorry. She's like, I did it.
Well, and another part of me is like, why should she apologize for his stupid fucking mistakes? That's his problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thankfully Travis is just wholesome and he
Big teddy bear.
doesn't have any issue. He seems to not have any skeletons in the closet, except for that
Yes.
one girl that like accused him of, I don't know, leading him on or some dumb thing.
Oh, how
But
dare him.
get it together.
And so there's a line in the album that says like a tattooed golden retriever, but like Travis is the golden retriever. There's no
Yeah.
tattoos there. And that song's obviously not him.
Yeah. That was confused by that line too. I assumed it must be about Maddie because you can't call Joe or Travis a tattooed golden
Tattooed.
retriever. But
It's
I mean,
very possible that like behind the scenes, without any cameras on him, as just a normal person, it's possible he's likable.
yeah.
I'm just
Or maybe
gonna go with that. I don't know how else to explain everything.
or at the very least, that's how she sees him. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
who hasn't really liked someone and be like, "Can't you see how great he is?" And everyone else is like, "No,
We can't.
absolutely."
You're on your own.
It also could be. I mean, I've been debating whether. So this album is kind of like she's kind of like digging up all of her. She's like putting to bed all of her old romances and relationships so that she can make room for Travis. Is at least what I'm taking from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, like, I think there are a couple songs in particular that could be about Harry Styles.
Peter.
Yeah, Peter is one. I think Love of My Life is another one.
I even wondered about Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus.
Mm-hmm. But, and then there's one, like the manuscript I think is probably about, references John Mayer or Jake Gyllenhaal. But also I think you could pretty much spin any of these to just be about Maddie. So
the more I listen to the manuscript, the more I think it's about all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like dating in general.
Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, so I wonder, I mean, I think it's symbolically the album kind of represents like all of her past and like moving on from it. But then I question, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is obviously about, I don't know, Taylor Lautner. And then other times I'm like, no, I think it's just focused on these three guys, like Joe, Maddie, and Travis. So I don't know.
I cannot. I'm in a different world than her, so I am not a reliable narrator.
But it is also like, I think it's interesting how obvious, like, this is the most clarity that we've ever gotten from an album about who the songs are about, what happened. Plenty of lyrics, you hear them and then you're like, you have a visual. You're like, oh yeah, I saw that on TikTok or I saw that in the newspaper, which is weird because I think before it was kind of like speculative and people were like, these Swifties are crazy. They're just reading into everything. But now it's like, she's like She's giving
She
us
gives
literally like a
us, yeah.
play-by-play.
She gives us the clues, and it's crazy that people are like, "Oh, you need to like not worry about her private life. She needs to have a private life." But like she's giving us the info.
Yeah.
If she
Plus it's
didn't want us to know, she wouldn't give us these obvious hints.
yeah. Plus it's such a better listening experience if you know all the dish.
It
Like
is. It's like watching
like
a movie.
yeah, like I was talking to I had a friend who was listening to it and she's not really a fan, but she just is like everybody's talking about this, I have to listen to it. And she's like it's nice. Like and I was like you don't get it.
Right. Never mind.
There's
What
so much
song did she
more.
listen
There's
to? Did
so
she
much
try to
more.
listen to the whole thing?
She listened to the first half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Um yeah, but yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, it's like I don't know where she's going to go from here because
Isn't it the very last line? Is it the manuscript where she's like, "These stories are no longer mine"?
mhm.
So it feels like a very like closing the book on the past eras.
Yeah.
And somebody had mentioned that like the Tortured Poets Department is just like the last piece of like Midnights or whatever they said. So it is part of the eras and she's
Yeah.
closing it. But yeah, what's next? So, if you listen to just the original album, right? Hold on, let me look. Claire Bow. She ends it with dazzling, the word dazzling.
Mhm.
And so people are saying she's the Dazzler in what's the movie with Ryan Reynolds? The superhero shit.
The Green Lantern?
I don't know, but there's like a character called the Dazzler.
Okay.
But it had been rumored that she was going to be this character in the movie. And now like she does this thing where her last song she ends with whatever's next. Is
Oh,
that a
okay.
thing? I guess I haven't paid that close attention. I'm just going off of what other people are saying.
Okay.
But she ended with dazzling. So people are like, okay, she's confirming that she's going to be the Dazzler. So I'm looking forward to that if it's a real thing.
Okay. I don't I don't know. I feel like she really wants to be a movie star, but I just don't it hasn't panned out for her so far.
Does she have it in her?
I mean, I feel like she can do anything except maybe be a movie star.
Well, and that I don't think that would be a big part from what I hear. It's
Okay.
just like a little side role.
Okay. That would be I mean, that would be fun and it would make sense. It's probably Daredevil. That's the because he was in the Green Lantern, but that was like kind of a bad movie. It didn't do
I
well.
I don't know.
Um. All right, I've changed my mind. I support it now. She,
Okay. You had time to think about it
especially if it's just a small part and she can come out. She'll probably make a couple jokes and
and be pretty.
yeah, um, yeah, I like that. She'd do well in a superhero movie, probably.
Especially a character called the Dazzler. Who
Hmm.
else can do that? Like Taylor.
Nobody. Maybe Ryan
No
Gosling.
fucking buddy.
Okay, I do think so. Taylor's putting all of her past to bed. I will call bullshit though on I don't think she's putting her beef with Kim Kardashian to bed. I
No,
think that's alive and well. If anything, I feel like she's rearing up again for more.
I think she's still pissed.
Yeah. um
And maybe that's a little bit like Reputation's coming up, TV, Taylor's version.
oh
So
yeah.
she's still like, fuck Kim Kardashian, let's go into Reputation now. And that's so you know how I wanted like summer jams on this album and it didn't happen. But we are gonna get Reputation and she's gonna have vault tracks. I'm like, maybe she's counting on those to be the summer hits for us.
Okay. I'll take it. I mean
Yeah,
she does
same.
so the tour ends the Eras tour ends like end of November, beginning of December, I think. So she's still got to drop. I mean, assuming that she is going to drop the re-releases of Reputation and Debut, I mean, we're closing in. She's got like 8 months left.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's time.
I mean, it's probably soon to for her to drop Reputation. She's been teasing
I
us for the longest time.
and we've had a long break
Yeah.
between what was the last one? What was the last one? 1989?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a while ago.
Oh wow, it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, because remember we thought Reputation was coming on Halloween, and then in November, and then in December,
We're like, it's coming.
and then February.
Yeah. Well, she kept wearing like snake stuff, right? Or something was
Yeah,
happening where we were like, here it is.
yeah. Um, yeah, no, it's probably coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's
I mean,
fucking go.
let's go.
Hmm.
Yeah. I do think she's just gonna be bullying Kim Kardashian the whole time.
Um, no.
It
I
is
think
kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
I think she got this song out, and I think that's her big like last hurrah there.
Yeah. Okay. And she doesn't need to do anything else because like she's clearly winning. Like Kim
Cut
isn't.
by a long shot.
Yeah, this is like the way that she has come out on top in the Kim and Kanye beef is like who you couldn't have seen this coming back when in the VMAs in like 2010 or whatever when he
Hmm.
got up on stage and ruined her acceptance speech.
Right.
Like how
Look what you
like
did.
this is it's insane the turnaround story.
Well, and it's crazy how like it didn't just end there. It is this entire thing.
Yeah, and it actually became like I mean between that and Scooter Braun like it's made her like so much tougher and like so well respected for the way that she's
Hmm.
handled it and
And very much like do not fuck with Taylor Swift.
yeah. But I think that's why I think one of my favorite songs, like songwriting wise, is "Who's Afraid of Little Old Me."
Hmm.
Like I think that song is beautiful,
It
and
is.
and it's like it seems so personal. I know that was one of the ones she wrote by herself, and it's like so raw, and it shows like how vulnerable she is, but also how strong she is, and like she doesn't want to be mean, but we made her this way.
Yeah. No one likes a mad woman.
And like what would she do? Like what is her alternative when these people are like coming at her like that? Like just to
She
take it?
wouldn't she wouldn't have gotten to where she is if she did.
She probably wouldn't have a career at all.
No. Well, and she'll even say Kim just completely like took her career from her at that point when they were spreading all this bullshit lie stuff.
Yeah.
And Taylor
Yeah.
got it back.
Yeah. And she thanks her and thank you Amy for
Yeah. Thank you, Amy.
yeah, so I'm proud of her. She's
Same.
yeah, she's come out on top when she could have
Hmm.
lost really bad.
And she's like the perfect role model to show women in particular to stick up for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um trying to think what else. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about? Have you said I'm gonna get you back is one of your favorite songs.
I
I
love it.
do you not think it sounds just like Get Him Back from Olivia Rodrigo?
I guess I don't know that song.
Oh man. Okay, do you know so Taylor I don't know if she sued Olivia Rodrigo or if she just sent her like a cease and desist, but there was like an issue where she accused Olivia Rodrigo of copying one of her songs. Did you hear about
So,
that?
yeah, was it Cruel Summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cruel Summer, and then I can't even remember the Olivia Rodrigo song, but I
I
listened
just
to
heard
both.
it. I just heard it yesterday because I was like, "That's the one," because you can
Oh,
hear
really?
it. It sounds like the "I love you." That ain't that the worst thing you've ever heard. It sounds like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I listened to both of them back to back, and I was like, these songs couldn't be more different.
It's like this shouting part.
Okay. So anyway, Taylor ended up getting a writing credit on it. I think Taylor and Jack got a writing credit on that song because of that.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't know, it seems like a stretch. I don't hear it, but I guess just because I don't hear it doesn't mean it's not true. And she ended up giving it to them. But so Olivia has a song called Get Him Back, and it's all about like, I'm gonna get him back so that I can hurt him, basically. So
Okay.
it's all like, I want him back. I want to meet his mom so I can tell her son sucks. Like it's all
Oh,
like
I know this song.
something nice, and then you follow it up with something mean. And it's the exact same concept as Taylor's
Hmm.
song "I'm Gonna Get You Back." And I was just like, is she just being like Regina George right now.
Oh no.
Like, hey,
I would
you
have to
can't take
like
my music, but I am going to take your music because I am the queen.
I would have to re-listen again because I didn't hear the similarities. I guess getting a guy back is kind of like a general thing, but like
Li
putting the mean and the nice at the same time.
Yeah,
But I guess I think if you're really looking into like the lyrics, Olivia's is more like I'm getting him back, but just to like get revenge. Where
yeah,
Taylor's like wants this person so bad and she's angry at them for some reason. She wants to love him and she hates him.
yeah.
It's a little different there, but
Alright,
I'm just trying to defend her. Damn
alright.
it.
You know what? I want you to listen to both of those songs with your eyes wide open and
Mhm.
then report back. Because
I'll
I heard
take
it
it
and
all
I was
in.
like, "Wow, Taylor's kinda being a bitch," but, like,
Not
I guess
Taylor.
I guess she can. I just
I'll
fig
listen.
I just figured she was kinda throwing her weight around. And
Mhm.
it to me, it seems like a uh, very blatant copy, but
There well, um Olivia's song, I think it's that song. There's a part that reminds me of, do you remember 303?
no.
They were like a band back like right after we graduated high school, but they had a song. I can't even tell you what it was, but there was a part in it where they're like chanting something extremely dorky now that we look back at it. But at the time we were like, oh, that's so cool. And there's a part in Olivia's song where she's doing like the same thing. I think it's like, um, I want to meet your mom just to tell her her son sucks. And it's like the same vibe, like the
Mm.
same dorky, whatever. I got off track there, but I'll
Well,
find it for you.
okay, yeah, send it to me. I don't remember
Uh-huh.
that band.
It's like, tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. And do you remember
Oh,
that?
yes! I know that song.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you
I
hear it
was thinking
now?
of the girl band for some reason. Um,
No. Tell your boyfriend. Don't hear that. Cut that part out.
I don't
I'm a
I don't hear it. You know what?
vegetarian.
No, I don't hear it.
She's like, something, I want to meet your mom just to tell her her son sucks. It just reminded me of it.
Okay. I guess the tone is similar.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder if Olivia Rodrigo knows that band. Oh, I did like that reminds me, I did like, Taylor Swift had a couple starting line references in the
Yes.
did you hear that, the 1975 played, um, a starting line cover this weekend?
They did?
Yeah,
I don't know that.
yeah.
Oh my God. Need to
Um,
stop.
apparently Matty thinks this was a good he was worried that, she was gonna be harsh on him in this album, and then he
Hmm.
was relieved that she wasn't, and I'm
She
like,
wasn't.
this is the mild version? Like, she called you
What
the
did you
smallest
do?
man she called you the smallest man who ever lived.
What did you do that made you think it'd be worse?
I don't know how it gets worse than that, but I guess that she had some more ammo that she didn't use.
I guess she could have been calling him all the things you said, racist, misogynist, the works.
Yeah, but that doesn't flow super well, I guess.
Yeah, try to
So
make a catchy song out of that.
but yeah, we need to just guilty as sin is fine. Yeah, she yeah, I don't know. I was surprised. But also, do you believe this whole thing is like coming to the surface? If this was new information to me, I probably wouldn't believe it. But that they've had this like on again, off again attraction for 10 years or whatever, and that she's always had Maddie on the back burner, and they have this ongoing flirtation, and they dated a couple times. Do you think that's real?
I think it would explain her like very intense relationship. If this has been building up for 10 years, and I'm sure it was very wild,
Yeah,
like this explosive thing.
yeah. Well, and I feel like the fan base of the 1975 and Taylor Swift is like there are a couple there the overlap is very small.
Hmm.
So I feel like all these people were like, "Who is this freaking guy?" Like
Yeah,
but apparently he's a big deal in the I don't know, in the music
wherever.
for whoever his fans are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently
I
he's got a
always
lot.
knew who he was, but can you still hear me? My phone started ringing.
Yeah.
I always knew who he was, but I was never like into their music
Yeah.
or
Um,
him.
Also, listen, I know you don't think he's very handsome. He's handsome now, in my opinion, but the 10 years
He's
ago,
just,
when he's just like 80 pounds with a big mess of greasy hair, he literally looks like a wet rat. And I'm
and
just
that's
like,
the thing is I like big beefy guys. Like they don't even have to be muscly, but like tall and bigger.
yeah,
So that I just don't see it.
not Maddie.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, it sounds like she's putting Maddie to bed. He had his time, he had his chance.
They no longer speak.
Yeah, probably not.
I wonder if they feel like they lost a friendship or if it was just like 10 years of sexual tension. I guess you're not really friends.
I would love it if someday Travis and Maddie and Joe are in a room together. I cannot imagine the dynamics of what's like.
God, it'd be so awkward.
Also, I just feel like it's weird. I mean, I don't know. I guess everyone that you date is different, but like it's weird when people date people who have like wildly different personalities from one another. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, how do you do that? Like,
Like I feel like I feel like she had a type up until last year.
well, how would you describe it?
Um Hollywood boys, like pretty Hollywood boys.
Yeah. Then Maddie disrupted it.
Yeah, he did.
Now Travis, and then Travis is like, I think she'll date anybody.
Yeah, he's like, I better get in there.
Might as well give it a shot.
Now's my chance. She's in her sad girl era. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, do have one more question. So it's a double album. We had the two. When we opened the last episode, I was like, "What's the two? Is it really just two albums?" And I feel like if Taylor Swift was listening to it, she'd be like, "You guys are idiots."
You're
Like,
so
yes,
dumb.
it's two albums.
We
But
I said more than once. I was like, "Are they songs?"
but I just really like in my bones, I feel like there's something with the Fortnite. I feel like something's gonna happen next Friday. It's gonna
2
be
weeks.
and she's gonna give us something. She's gonna do something that's gonna have us all talking. And
Reputation Taylor's version.
oh my gosh, maybe that's it. I don't
I
know.
hope so. I'm
Even if
dying
it's just
for
like
it.
another music video or something, but or yeah,
Mhm.
maybe she'll announce rep. But I don't know, and I feel almost like ungrateful being like, "What's the two?" And she's like, "Two albums." I'm like, "No, there's one."
Hello. I did see a post that was kind of like bashing Swifties where it was like we get like 31 brand new songs and we're like, "Now what? What are you going to do next?" But we
Mother
can't
has failed
help it.
us.
She's just it's her own fault for constantly delivering us
Yeah,
excitement.
yeah. Yeah, and then even I mean, when she announced this album at the Grammys, I was like, I don't know, man, give us a chance to miss you. And now I'm like, yes.
Yes, more.
When's the next album coming out?
Yes, we're ready. That's what she was talking about as the crowd was chanting more. Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That song, okay, okay. All right, let's finish with this. You can only pick one. What is your favorite song from this entire album out of all 31?
God, it depends on the day and the hour. Sometimes it's Down Bad. I feel like Down Bad is like the most liked song. Am I wrong?
Most liked?
Yeah, like in general. So let me see. Let me pull them up because I don't know. It just depends what I'm trying to do.
I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
I kind of like the Bolter. Okay, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Very good. But then there's also But Daddy, I Love Him. Florida Has a Good Vibe. If I had to pick one, Down Bad.
Okay. Damn it. All right, I forgot to ask about But Daddy, I Love Him. Um, I don't
It
think But
is.
Daddy, I'm gonna go on the record. I don't think But Daddy, I Love Him is about Maddie or about telling the Swifties to back off. I think it's about Travis and all the dads, Brads, and Chads from the NFL because she is always very gentle with her fans when she has to correct them.
You
And
just don't want to be in trouble.
she
We're
would
in
never say
trouble.
quit your bitching and moaning to us.
I think she would. I think she does. She probably closes the door and she's like, these fucking Swifties.
I don't want to be in trouble. No, I want her to love me.
That I definitely took it as like my fans are assholes sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we are.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
I don't accept it. It's about the NFL guys.
I prefer it to be about the NFL guys, but I don't think she would waste her time on them.
It's valid.
That's valid.
All right. Anything else?
And they don't want to go to her wedding. We do.
Yeah, we do.
We're in trouble.
She's gonna air it on. If she gets married, she's gonna be like the royal wedding. She's gonna air it on TV.
I think there will be 2 weddings. There will be the real wedding, and then there will be the wedding for everybody else to see.
Yeah.
If
Well,
they get married, if they even want to do that.
They do want to do it.
Yeah, they do.
She's not gonna lie to us again and say she doesn't want to get married when all of her songs are about getting married, and then all of a sudden
she literally wore a wedding dress at one point to sing. Was it Champagne Problems on her floor?
Oh, really? She's in a wedding dress in the Fortnite video too. When it opens and she's in the mental hospital.
Oh, you took that as a wedding dress? I guess it could be. It's a white dress.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely a wedding dress because she was like prepping to get married and then she got thwarted into the mental hospital.
Okay, I love the music video. I only watched it once, but I do want to watch it again. It's just I gotta sit my ass down and do it.
Yeah, I just every time she ever said she was happy being in a long-term relationship and not getting married, I was like, this girl's lying to me.
She's a liar, pants on fire. It's like last year when she was like, I have never been happier in my life in all aspects of my life, and we looked at each other, we're like, okay.
That was psychotic, and I love her.
You know, it's been explained. She was having a mentee bee.
A mentee bee. That's what this album is about. Her mental breakdown in the wake of her relationship with this guy that she loved that would not marry her.
And I'm glad she confirmed that this era is no longer present. We have closed that book. Now we need that album. We're ready for Travis's album. More.
She's okay, so she ended the her poem in Tortured Poets Department. She ended it by saying, "It's the worst men that I write best." So I mean, this might be the last.
Shoot.
Although I like the songs that she has about Travis, The Alchemy, and So High School.
So High School is okay. It's cute.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I like her like this. I like her unhinged.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks that if Travis is just like this healthy relationship, we're not gonna get crazy pants anymore.
Maybe more like third person narrator like Folklore and Evermore.
Yeah. Or she'll go back to country where she's like, me and the babies. He's playing football.
I'm gonna get my shotgun. And she's back, baby. She's back in America.
Wow. We could be composers. Look at us.
All right. I think we gotta end on that note.
I think we should go.
We're your bitch pack friends.
Bye.